So I'm being asked to do a quick video on some of these new rules that Trump's trying to get passed that will ease mortgage regulations, basically ease off Dodd-Frank. And so let's just go back. Dodd-Frank was the set of regulations were put in place after the collapse, after the real estate crash of 2007, 8, 9, 10. Let's really quickly go into what caused that. The simple way of saying is there was more people getting loans that had the ability to pay for them. More demand came in, more people getting approved for loans, pushed prices way up. And then in, I think it was late 2007, when we had a 32% first payment default rate. I mean, 32% of people never even made their very first payment. Yeah, that's a problem. It got so bad during that they were doing what's called a ninja loan. No income, no job, no assets, meaning you have no sources of income, you do not have a job, and you don't have two nickels to rub together, yet they were approving for loans for $600,000. That was crazy. And people were using that stuff, and they were buying up, like I had a gunnery sergeant that worked for me back in the Marine Corps, about 18 homes inside 24 months. And he lost 18 homes. All right, so that was crazy. I don't see what the regulations, the deregulations that Trump's doing is anything near that. It's just allowing some smaller banks, companies that are under $100 billion in assets, to be able to ease off on some of the restrictions. And the reason it's important for them is because the smaller ones don't have the ability to have the levels of compliance and the levels of regulations, adhering to authority, people like that, it's just so expensive to do that. So they're trying to ease off on them a little bit. I don't think we're going crazy. If we do, then, I'll definitely shoot another video and say, hey, this is nuts. But so far, I don't really see too much of a problem with it because those small institutions, they do a very small percentage of the loans. When you start going into mainstream, the big banks, the Chase, the Bank of America, the Wells Fargos, and all the big mortgage companies, if they're doing ninja loans or something like that, then we're in a problem. So anyway, more to come if I find out more.